free.
Hello, you're watching DD News and I'm Preeti presenting Tracking COVID-19, a special edition we get for you each day to keep you abreast with all the developments related to the pandemic. This is the 38th day of the pandemic today. The government's efforts at checking the spread of the virus are bearing fruits as the recovery rate has increased progressively to 25.19%. The doubling rate of the virus of the cases has also increased to 11 days. Having said this, the cases all over the world are still rising, with US being the worst affected country from the pandemic. We get you all this coupled with other updates on the pandemic. Stay with us for the next half an hour. We start with the headlines first. Health Ministry releases country-wide list of red, orange and green zones after May 3rd. 130 districts categorized as red, 284 as orange and 319 as green districts. Active cases of COVID-19 in the country crosses 25,000. 8,888 patients completely recover from the virus. In view of the spread of coronavirus, District Administration of Gurugram issues order to curb the movement of people in the district. Ministry of External Affairs says around 60,000 citizens of 72 countries safely sent back to their countries during the lockdown. Number of people recovered from the pandemic globally reaches 10 lakh. Confirmed cases of the virus cross 32.56 lakh. Russian Prime Minister Mikhail Mishustin says he is tested positive for COVID-19. Prime Minister Narendra Modi wishes fast recovery for the Russian Prime Minister over Twitter. German Chancellor Angela Merkel says the country is planning to open museums, stadiums and churches in the country soon. US President Donald Trump threatens China with tariff restrictions. Trump claims to have seen evidence linking coronavirus to a lab in China's ground zero city of Wuhan. All right, those were the top stories. We'll take stock of the developments in India in ground zero. The number of active cases of COVID-19 in the country have risen to 25,007, while 8,888 people have recovered from the pandemic. The country reported a total of 1,147 deaths so far. Maharashtra remains the hardest hit state with 10,498 cases. That is nearly 30% of the cases in the country. Meanwhile, Health Ministry in the daily briefing yesterday said that recovery rate has increased progressively to 25.19%. The doubling rate has also increased to 11 days. And in a letter to the states, Health Ministry has listed the districts of the country under red, orange and green zones. 130 districts listed as red, while 284 districts are listed as orange and 319 districts are listed as green districts. Our reporter Nitendra Singh joins us with more details. Nitendra, we tell our viewers that the government has bifurcated the districts into red, orange and green districts. Spell out more details.
प्रीति बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट है ये कि केंद्र सरकार ने एक लेटर लिखा है राज्यों को और उसमें ये सुनिश्चित करने के लिए कहा है कि जितने भी रेड जोन में या ऑरेंज जोन में या ग्रीन जोन में डिस्ट्रिक्ट है उनकी लगातार समीक्षा की जाए और एवरी वीक समीक्षा होती है और उसमें ये बदलाव होता रहता है। तो इस वक्त 130 डिस्ट्रिक्ट रेड जोन में है, 284 डिस्ट्रिक्ट ऑरेंज जोन में है और 319 डिस्ट्रिक्ट ग्रीन जोन में है। और ये लगातार बदलता रहता है जैसे जैसे अगर इम्प्रूवमेंट होता है अगर उस एरिया में। इसके अलावा एक और बदलाव किया गया है कि जो 28 दिन का माना जाता था कि अगर किसी एरिया में कोई केस नहीं है तो वो ग्रीन जोन में तब्दील हो जाता है तो उसमें कुछ तब्दीली की गई है। वो 21 डेज का कर दिया गया है कि अगर 21 डेज में कोई केस नहीं आता है किसी जोनल एरिया में, चाहे वो डिस्ट्रिक्ट हो या फिर कोई म्युनिसिपल कॉर्पोरेशन का एरिया हो, तो उसमें उसकी कैटेगरी को एक 1 ग्रेड कम कर दिया जाता है। जैसे कि एग्जाम्पल के तौर में कि अगर कोई एरिया रेड जोन में है और 21 डेज में वहां पे कोई केस नहीं आता है तो वो ऑरेंज जोन में तब्दील हो जाएगा। और अगर ऑरेंज जोन के एरिया में 21 डेज में कोई केस नहीं आता है तो वो ग्रीन जोन में तब्दील किया जाएगा, उसको चेंज माना जाएगा। और ये वीकली बेसिस पे रिव्यू करना है। और स्वास्थ्य सचिव ने, केंद्रीय स्वास्थ्य सचिव ने सभी राज्यों को लेटर लिखा है कि जो भी एरिया है ये कंटेनमेंट जोन है उन पे बहुत रूथलेसली काम करना है, ध्यान देना है और उसको मॉनिटर करते रहना है कि कैसे वहां पे केसेस इंप्रूव ना हो और कैसे वहां पर जो कंटेनमेंट प्लान है उसको स्ट्रिक्टली फॉलो किया जाए। जो लॉकडाउन के प्रोसीजर है उसको फॉलो किया जाए, सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग और जो स्टे होम का प्रावधान है उसको प्रॉपर फॉलो किया जाए ताकि केस बढ़ ना पाए। और जो लोग स्वस्थ हो रहे हैं और जैसे जैसे इम्प्रूवमेंट हो रहा है तो वैसे वैसे जो जोनल उसकी जो क्राइटेरिया को कम किया जाएगा।
All right, Nitendra. So that was our correspondent Nitendra Singh joining us with details of the government zoning the districts, and we told you that the government has bifurcated, has divided the districts into red zones, orange zone and green zone. Let's get to other news as well. The Union Home Ministry on Thursday made it clear that no separate passes are required for interstate movement of trucks, those carrying goods or returning after delivery during the ongoing lockdown, and license of the driver is enough. Asking states and union territories to ensure uninterrupted movement of trucks, Union Home Secretary Ajay Bhalla said that there have been reports that at interstate borders in different parts of the country, movement of trucks is not allowed freely and local authorities insist upon separate passes. He asked states to allow movement of all trucks and other goods carrier vehicles with 2 drivers and 1 helper, subject to the drivers carrying valid driving licenses. An empty truck or vehicle will be allowed to ply after the delivery of the goods or after pickup of goods, he added. And in view of the spread of coronavirus, the district administration of Gurugram has issued an order to curb the movement of people in the district. As per the order, movement of people across the border will be restricted. Restrictions will be in effect from 10 a.m. today. The DM has also advised those people working in Gurugram who come from outside districts to make arrangements to stay in Gurugram. Also, those Gurugram residents who are out in connection with work are advised to make accommodation arrangements to avoid crossing the border. People will be allowed to cross the border only with a valid pass or order issued by the Ministry of Home Affairs. Uttar Pradesh Director General of Police Anand Kumar inspected Ghaziabad jail yesterday. He took stock of the security arrangements of about 3,868 detainees lodged in Ghaziabad district prison in the wake of COVID-19. He said that all security arrangements have been made to avoid the possibilities of the spread of the virus inside the prison. He also said that Ghaziabad prison has so far made more than 1 lakh masks, which are being distributed to all the sections of the society.
बड़ा हर्ष है इसको देखते हुए कि यहाँ की सफाई की व्यवस्था, सैनिटेशन की व्यवस्था, मेडिकल की व्यवस्था बहुत अच्छी है और 3800 बंदी यहाँ होने के बावजूद भी एक भी हमारे पास कोविड पॉजिटिव का केस नहीं है, जो हमारे लिए संतोष का विषय है। लेकिन हमें लगातार इसमें सजग रहना पड़ेगा। यहाँ पर सोशल फिजिकल डिस्टेंसिंग और सफाई सैनिटरी मेजर जैसे मैंने आपको कहा उसका पालन किया जा रहा है। बंदी और जेल तंत्र में एक समन्वय है और अपेक्षित सहयोग दोनों तरह से है। 1,08,000 से अधिक मास्क ऑलरेडी बन चुके हैं और लगातार बन रहे हैं और इसका वितरण किया जा रहा है समाज में। काफ़ी विभागों को हम लोगों ने दिया है, पब्लिक को दिया है, चैरिटेबल ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस को दिया है।
Due to the nationwide lockdown, several tourists have also been left stranded in different parts of the country. One such family from France who were on a multi-nation tour got stuck in Maharajganj district, which is adjoining Gorakhpur in Uttar Pradesh. But the lockdown has brought the family closer to the villagers, who are leaving no stone unturned to give them the sense of India's hospitality, even amidst these times of crisis. Take a look.
The lockdown has brought life to a standstill for everyone, perhaps more for globetrotters. One such tourist family from Toulouse city in France had embarked on a world tour before the lockdown, but got stuck on their way to Nepal in Lakhimpur village, Maharajganj, adjoining Gorakhpur in Uttar Pradesh, since the border got sealed due to lockdown on 25th of March. After this information reached the administration, medical examination of the family was conducted and all 5 of them were found healthy. The administration offered them to stay in a hotel, but interestingly, the family preferred its stay near a Shiv temple in forest area of the village. The family of 5, including Patrice Polares and wife Virginie, with their 2 daughters and a son, have now got their touring vehicle home on wheels parked near the temple of the village. Initially, the villagers were curious to know about the family, but they gradually made them comfortable. The spirit of Atiti Deva Bhava helped the villagers befriend the foreign family, which is now adapted to the environment. The family is also seen offering prayers at the temple.
We are in India since 45 days because lockdown with coronavirus. We are lucky with my family because we are in a little village. People are very helping with my family. They bring us food, water, and what you need. And the sadhu help my family too for cooking.
District Magistrate Dr. Ujjwal Kumar said the embassy was contacted for extension of the family's tourist visa duration and the administration is taking care of their needs. The locals have extended a very warm hospitality to the family.
ये लोग स्वस्थ हैं पूरी तरह। इसका भरोसा जब मिला तो सारे गांव वाले अपनी तरफ से जो भी सहयोग कर सकते हैं वो लाकर कर रहे हैं। और साथ ही मंदिर पे जो पुजारी जी हैं, दोनों लोग इनकी देख रेख में सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग को बनाते हुए इन लोगों की रहने की हर सेवा मुमकिन मदद करते हैं।
यह सब 22 तारीख को हमारे मंदिर पर आए हैं। जिस दिन लॉकडाउन हुआ है तब से इन लोग फल फूल भोजन के लिए चावल दाल सागा यही सब पाते हैं और बहुत खुशी और खुशहाल से यहाँ लोग अपना जीवन व्यतीत कर रहे हैं।
And have indeed portrayed a perfect picture of values, humanity, generosity and traditions that India beholds when it comes to caring for its guests. DD India.
All right, so in these times of crisis, we have people of different nations, different nationalities, different countries bonding and uniting. Up next, we'll take a look at some other more reports of such kinds which inspire hope and positivity in tackling the coronavirus outbreak. In Himachal Pradesh's Shimla, the Indian Postal Department distributed ration to leprosy patients in North Indian hill town on Thursday. The ration was distributed as a unique initiative to provide for people suffering from leprosy. Now, these patients have been residing in the leprosy colony near the Shimla railway station for over a month and are dependent on the Indian Postal Department's distribution. And amidst the nationwide lockdown, community radio is gaining popularity in Arunachal Pradesh's Itanagar as locals throng to their radio sets to get the latest news over the novel coronavirus. Other than just news over COVID-19, people are also being informed about do's and don'ts over precautions to curb the virus. Social distancing measures as well as centers' advisories are also being regularly aired and cited.
Medical crisis, everybody plays an important role, either big or small. Doctors and paramedical staff are very important along with police jawans and delivery boys. Across the country, there are several FM channels on air, but in Arunachal Pradesh, presence of community radio station is next to nil. But Radio City, a community radio station in capital region, is a small station but has become very important in the current COVID-19 lockdown. Aman and Kini both are radio jockeys in this community radio station. They provide entertainment and all important information related to COVID-19. On several occasions, they played the role of a virtual doctor for people in distress due to the current crisis.
कोविड-19 के जो गाइडलाइंस होते हैं उन्हें सुनाकर हमारी ये कोशिश रहती है कि अगर वो नहीं सुन रहे हैं, अगर हमें ऐसा फील होता है तो हम ग्राउंड रिपोर्ट करके डायरेक्ट हमारे फेसबुक लाइव पे जो जाते हैं पेज पे जाकर लाइव करके उन्हें इन्फॉर्मेशन देने की कोशिश करती है।
ये लॉकडाउन को वक्त को अगर आप अच्छा इस्तेमाल करना चाहते हैं तो यही समय है जब अपने ग्रैंड चिल्ड्रंस को, बच्चों को अपनी जो लैंग्वेज है उनको सिखाया जा सके, क्योंकि ज़्यादातर हमारे सिटीज़ में भी अभी देखा गया है कि हिंदी इंग्लिश स्कूल्स के ज़रिए हमें पता चल जाता है और हम भाषा सीख जाते हैं, लेकिन हम अपनी जो मदर टंग होती है उन्हें कहीं ना कहीं हम भूल जाते हैं। तो ये लॉकडाउन का पीरियड बहुत ही एक अच्छा समय है जहां हम अपनी भाषा को बढ़ावा दे सकते हैं और अपने बच्चों को, जितने भी ग्रैंड चिल्ड्रंस हैं, उन्हें अपनी भाषा को सिखा सकते हैं।
They are of opinion that people should utilize their time in fruitful way in this lockdown period. Sanjay Pratap Singh, DD News, Itanagar.
All right, interesting report coming in there from Itanagar. And the Railway Protection Force posted at Delhi's Hazrat Nizamuddin station has made a foot-operated machine which helps in hand sanitization. In addition, RPF has designed body sanitizer machine as well. RPF Inspector Krishna Kumar has said that Hazrat Nizamuddin railway station falls in the vicinity of hotspot zone, and hence these machines will ensure safety of the RPF staff posted there.
हमारे पास 150 हमारा स्टाफ है, तो इतनी वर्क फोर्स को सेव करने के लिए हमने सोचा कि कुछ ने ऐसा किया जाए जिससे कि स्टाफ भी सिक्योर रहे। स्प्रे बूथ बनाया, उसके ऊपर जो है एक वाटर का टैंक लगाया, उसमें जो है सैनिटाइजर डाला और उसमें टैप से जो है जो भी स्टाफ आएगा तो उस पर स्प्रिंकल निकलेगा, जिससे क्या है कि वो वहीं सैनिटाइज हो जाएगा।
And up next, we'll scan through the developments from across the globe in our segment World Wrap. US President Donald Trump threatened new tariffs against Beijing as he claimed to have seen evidence linking coronavirus to a lab in China's ground zero city of Wuhan. However, President Trump refused to provide more details. He, however, did not hold his Chinese counterpart Xi Jinping responsible for this, but said that China could have contained it. However, the office of the USA's Director of National Intelligence has rejected reports that the novel coronavirus is a man-made or genetically modified virus. Our Washington correspondent Jagriti Dave tells us more.
President Trump was speaking to journalists at the White House, and he was asked about reports that the administration was considering retaliation against China over the coronavirus pandemic. The Washington Post is reporting that they are considering measures such as suing for compensation and eliminating the US's debt obligations. The president replied saying that they could use tariffs as retaliation against China. Now, the president has been increasing his criticism of China for its handling of the coronavirus pandemic. And yesterday he spoke to Reuters, and he said that he believes that China will do anything they can to have him lose the election in November. And now it seems that the president is looking to back the rhetoric with some kind of action. Another report, this time in the New York Times, says that intelligence officials have been directed to find any evidence corroborating claims that the coronavirus originated in a Chinese government lab. When asked about this and asked whether the president had any evidence that gave him a high degree of confidence that the coronavirus came from the Wuhan Institute of Virology, President Trump replied, "Yes, I have," but he said that he couldn't say anything more about it.
Meanwhile, the United States recorded more than 2,000 coronavirus deaths in a 24-hour period for the third day running. The country hardest hit by the pandemic in terms of the number of fatalities recorded 2,053 deaths on Thursday. At least 62,906 people have now died in the United States and 10,68,696 infection cases have been registered. Russian Prime Minister Mikhail Mishustin on Thursday told President Vladimir Putin that he had been diagnosed with the new novel coronavirus and was temporarily stepping down to recover during a televised video conference. To this, Putin said that Mishustin's fate showed that anyone could contact the virus. Mishustin on this suggested first Deputy Prime Minister Andriy Belousov to act as acting Prime Minister in his absence, which was later supported by President Putin, and he supported the proposal. Prime Minister Narendra Modi wished fast recovery for Russian Prime Minister. In a tweet, Prime Minister wrote, and I quote him, "My best wishes to Russian Prime Minister Mishustin for early recovery and good health. We stand with our close friend Russia in efforts to defeat COVID-19 pandemic." And meanwhile, we get to more updates. German authorities have agreed to reopen playgrounds, churches and cultural institutions such as museums and zoos, which were shut due to the pandemic. However, authorities have postponed a decision on whether to relax the rules for restaurants, hotels and kindergartens. Chancellor Angela Merkel said that while there would be regional differences because of Germany's federal structure, the overall goal remains ensuring the health system can cope with the country's outbreak. Germany has recorded almost 1,63,000 confirmed cases of COVID-19 and has registered 6,623 deaths so far. And British Prime Minister Boris Johnson said that he will set out a comprehensive plan next week on how to restart the economy, reopen schools and help people travel to work following the coronavirus lockdown. He also said that the UK was past the peak of the virus outbreak, but stressed that the country must not risk a second spike. Our FSN correspondent from London reports about British Prime Minister's future moves towards easing the lockdown.
Confirmation then from Boris Johnson that the UK is indeed moving past the peak of the virus on the downward slope. As he put it, he said the UK is making huge progress, has succeeded where others in the world have failed, and that the National Health Service hasn't been overwhelmed by the coronavirus. Taking centre stage at the daily press briefing at Downing Street, Boris Johnson urged the public to stay the course, told them to keep going, said until there is a vaccine, and the UK is leading vaccine trials, there is reason to be hopeful it will be up to the British public to protect themselves. He promised to issue a roadmap to lifting the lockdown, a comprehensive plan to suppress the disease and restart the economy, get people back to work, kids back to school. He also said he'll be guided by the science, and there's clearly still concern among government and among the experts about that rate of infection, the crucial R0 number. That will be what determines when and how the restrictions are relaxed here.
Every day we also get you reports, we also highlight the do's and don'ts which we have to follow during these times of crisis. We also get you Doctors Speak. Now this is one segment wherein doctors advise you, and today we get you Dr. Ghanshyam Pangte. He's Professor of Department of Medicine at Lady Hardinge Medical College, and he says that people going out for buying vegetables must maintain proper hygiene and maintain social distancing. He added that after coming back home, one must wash hands and follow safety measures. Take a look.
Whenever you buy vegetables and all, you should follow the simple hygiene things, like you have to go there, maintain social distancing, and when you come back, you wash your hands and feet, you wash your vegetables also, and don't touch face or mouth area when you are going to a market. That will save you. And similarly, when you use, there is a small risk, maybe as people say, when you use currency and all, because you are not going to use a digital things. But still, when you go there, you use a mask.
So we have those words of advice coming in from our doctors. Again, the crux is that you have to make sure that you take precautions to keep yourself safe and also keep your near and dear ones safe. On that note, we'll end this edition of Tracking COVID-19 here. Thanks for watching. Namaskar.